All right, you can do this too. It just takes practice. And we're going to do this every week. We're going to cover reading, writing, speaking, listening, one of the key elements each week. But if you tune in and you practice, you got it. You'll be as good as I am or better. All right, so now we're doing true, false, not given. Other countries had built underground railways. Now, this is key, before the Metropolitan line opened. And here we go, Metropolitan line. All right, so again, we're going to continue doing our skimming and scanning. We're going to come back here and we're going to say, and right here was soil. So we continue on. Oh my gosh, here's Metropolitan line. All right, and it was the world's first underground railway. Okay, the world's first. So could somebody else have built before? So this answer is false. No, they could not have built because the Metropolitan line was the world's first. All right. Now, question 2. More people than predicted traveled on the Metropolitan line on the first day. Okay, on the first day. Now, so what we do, we come back up here, same section. We're still working in the same section. And what it says is, right here, okay. On its first day, almost 40,000 passengers were carried between Paddington and Farringdon, the journey taking about 18 minutes. By the end of Metropolitan's first year of operation, 9.5 million journeys had been made. Does it say anything about more people than predicted traveled? So this one is not given. It doesn't actually say this. The information isn't there. Now, number 9, ventilation shafts. Okay, this is key. This is a key word. Failed to prevent pollution. Okay, failed to prevent pollution. There we go. Okay, so we're going to be looking for ventilation shafts. We're going to come up here, and here it is. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Ventilation shafts. However, smoke and fumes remained a problem, even though ventilation shafts were added to the tunnels. Now, you see ventilation shafts, sometimes the answer is going to be before your key word. So you have to make sure you read before and after. All right, but the answer to this is they failed to prevent smoke and fumes, which would be pollution, in the tunnels. So the answer to this, failed to prevent pollution in the tunnels, is true. Now, a different approach from the cut and cover technique was required in London's central area. I want you to pay specific attention to this because we're going to see that cut and cover was here, but cut and cover was also used in another area up here, okay? So sometimes you'll find keywords in a couple of different areas, and you'll either need to change your answer or read in both places, okay? But if we look right here, we see the cut and cover method of construction was not an option in this part of the capital. That means they couldn't use the cut and cover method. It was not an option. The only alternative or choice, the only other choice was to tunnel deep underground. So when we come back and we look at our questions, what it says is a different approach, a different method, a different style from cut and cover technique, tunneling deep underground, was required in London's central area. True. Okay. Now, the windows on the City and South London trains were at eye level. All right, very key, eye level. So we come back up here, and what we're looking for again, here it is, windows. The carriages were narrow and had tiny windows just below the roof. Eye level is exactly what it talks about, eye level. The roof is up by the ceiling, up towards the top of the carriage, okay? Because it was thought that passengers would not want to look out at the tunnel. So if the windows are up by the roof, okay, then they are not at eye level, so this would be false. Now, the City and South London Railway was a financial success. Here we go, financial success. So we're scanning for the City and South, okay? And, oh my gosh, the City and South London Railway was a great technical achievement, but it did not make a profit. Didn't make any money, so it was not a financial success. So the answer there would be false, all right? Now the last one, 13. Trains on the Tuppenny Tube nearly always ran on time. So again, we're going to come up here and, oh my gosh, here it is. The Tuppenny Tube began operation using the new electric locomotives. It was very popular, and soon afterwards, new railways and extensions were added to the growing tube network. By 1907, the heart of today's underground system was in place. Does it say anything about them running on time? No, it does not. So our answer here is not given. Now, we've done this entire passage in less than 15 minutes. That would allow you 5 more minutes to do passage 2 and passage 3. I'm Kru Max. If you check back with me, we're going to do passage 2 and passage 3 because I want to improve your reading. Stick with me, and again, you'll achieve success too. You'll have better reading, writing, speaking, and listening scores, and you'll be able to have possessions. I'm Kru Max. Have a great day. Thank you for joining.